Oh my. What? All right, well, I'll sort all that out here in a minute. Okay, so before I show you how to do the house ductwork, we're going to start with the dryer itself. This is definitely not something you want to neglect by doing the house ventilation and then leaving the dryer alone. You want this thing to be free-flowing all the way through. Okay, so you are going to need a couple of tools to do a nice job on this project. One of the main ones that we're going to be using is this shop vac right here. As you can see, it's an empty shop vac, and I'm going to be showing you along the way just how much of this stuff we're actually removing out of the system. The other thing that you're going to use is a toolkit like this that comes with several accessories that are going to help us get this job done. One of the accessories is this tool right here that is specifically made to get down into your lint trap. I'll show you how that works in a second. I've got a 1 3/4 inch hose, and it adapts very nicely into the tool right here. Okay, so we're working here with a Samsung dryer. Now, this is nothing against Samsung, but this particular dryer has broken on me at least 5 or 6 times throughout the years, and every time it breaks, I do wind up cleaning all this stuff out. So it may not be as dirty as one that has been neglected for 3 or 4 years. So we're going to go ahead and remove our lint trap, and we usually do try to keep this pretty clean, but, well, there is a little bit of lint in there. So what you want to do is you'll want to try to clean out all of these little nooks and crannies up and through here. And then, of course, I can't film down inside there, but you'll see that the tool will go down in there. So we're going to start out up here where we can obviously see some dirt. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's open up the vacuum and see if we caught anything. Yeah, look at the filter. The filter is just about clogged up, and then, of course, there's a bunch in the bottom there, so I guess this dryer was dirtier than I thought it would be. Now, what you want to do as you go along is keep your filter clean, because a clogged filter like this will cut down on your vacuum suction, and it won't be as good. So you can take that off and shake it up and down inside of a trash can or something like that. Okay, so we're pretty much done with that lint trap tool. Just find a place to put it so that you'll be able to find it next time you want to use it. And we need to go ahead and get the dryer out of the way. So I've pulled the dryer out a little bit so I can try to get back here and get to the hose. But the first thing you're going to want to do is unplug the dryer. Now, when you're unplugging a dryer, don't grab it like this, where you can potentially touch the 2 prongs on the cord. Grab it by the plastic part and unplug it. If you grab it here, could be a whole lot of sadness. So next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and get your clamps loose. These are usually 5/16 or a flathead regular screwdriver, and that way we can get the dryer completely out of the way. All right, so while we're here, we're going to go ahead and clean out the back of the dryer. And once you get done with that, it wouldn't hurt to shine a light up in there and see if you got it all. Okay, so this kit came with several rods like this that are about 16.5 inches long. They're very flexible, which makes them perfect for a job like this. There's also an adapter that goes to your drill that goes right here on one of the rods that attaches to your drill. It also comes with this round brush right here, and this is going to be the key to cleaning everything out. So we're going to clean this vent pipe right here. If you have no objection to paying for a new pipe, just go ahead and replace it. It's less work, and it comes perfectly clean, brand new. But I'm going to try to save this because these are kind of expensive. So I'm going to put about 2 of these rods together. And we're going to be using this up in the ductwork in the house as well. So this is how they work. They just screw together, and then you put the brush on the end. And you just attach how many ever you need to get the length you need. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you're always going to want to keep your drill turning in a clockwise direction, because if you reverse your drill to a counterclockwise direction, that's going to come off on you just like that. And you know it's going to come off halfway through the ductwork and you're going to lose your brush inside the ductwork. So always keep this in a clockwise direction. And we're going to vacuum all this mess up and put it with the rest of our collection, so in the end we'll see how much we wind up with. Now if you have a leaf blower, I would hook it to the end of this pipe and blow through it to get any other loose dust out of there. Okay, so here we are at the main event. We're going to be cleaning out the ductwork for the house. Now this is going to be about 4.5 years of neglect. I haven't even done this at all. And as you can see from this footage right here, it looks really bad up in there. So this is way overdue. I don't recommend ever letting it go that far. Okay, so that kit that I showed earlier comes with this adapter right here. Now what this does is there's two ports here. One is for your vacuum and one is for your rods, so you can feed your rods up through there. Now this one also has a reducer right here that goes here for the 1 3/4 vacuum, which is the one I have. If you take that out, you can get your larger hose on there. Now this is cheap, so it was a little flimsy, and I did have to add a piece of tape right here so that wasn't falling out on me right here. So what you do is go ahead and push your rod through there and thread your brush on. Okay? And then that goes up inside here. Like so. And then you just put your vacuum right here and spin it with the drill. We're ready to go. Okay, so before we get started here, you might want to estimate the length of your pipe. What you don't want to do is run your rods and brush through the end of your pipe. You might have a screen there, you might have a grill, anything like that. You don't want to damage that. I'm estimating mine is about 10 feet long or so, but I don't even have a grill or anything like that. I've got a flap up there that I'm going to show you here at the end of the video with a bonus tip that you might want to do or might want to not do, and you have to make up your mind on that. So I've cleaned out my vacuum, and we're starting with a fresh filter. That way we have the most suction available possible. So all I'm going to be doing is spinning this clockwise, remember, and adding rods to it. I've estimated 7.5 rods is about 10 feet. So let's go ahead. All right, so I was able to get a full 8 rods all the way up in there. Can't wait to see how much dust I got in the vacuum. Let's check it out. Now this is just from the pipe itself. I still got the other dust to add to this, so let's see what was in the pipe. I have no idea. I haven't opened the vacuum yet. We're going to find out together. Oh my! What? All right, well I'll sort all that out here in a minute. Alright, so that's pretty much it on this project. There is one more thing you can do that I'm going to share with you here in just a second. But I did go ahead and put my camera up in the pipe, and as you can see here, it is way better than it was. Here's a before and after side by side, and you can tell there's a dramatic difference here. So shame on me for waiting over 4 years to do this. It was way overdue. Hopefully yours isn't this overdue. Now as far as what was in the vacuum, here's a video clip of that. There is a lot of dust in this vacuum, lint, dust, whatever you want to call it. Way more than I expected, so that was quite a bit right there. So as far as this bonus tip goes, only do this if you feel that you can do it safely without any risk of getting hurt. I had to go up on my roof, and where the curve is, there's a flap right there, and I was able to put my fingers up in there and pull out a lot more lint right there where that flap is. Yours might come out of the roof, it might come out of an eave, it might come out of the side of the house. If it's up high, make sure you can get in there and do this safely. I have been on calls before where I've found that the screen was broke or the grid was broke and there was birds' nests inside of there and stuff like that that can crawl in there and make a nest and block your airflow. I've seen it before, so it does happen. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching.